Most consultants and small businesses don't lose deals because they can't sell. They lose them because they don't know who to follow up with and when. I'm Nick Srecchia, and I help consultants and small businesses fix their sales systems so more leads turn into clients. So I use Airtable as my CRM. People don't usually think of it that way, but when you set it up right, it's one of the easiest ways to track your pipeline. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact setup I use to stay on top of every lead, every referral, and every follow-up. So first up is my leads table. In Airtable, there are bases, which are basically hierarchical databases, and a table is one of these tabs. So my leads tab shows me all the people I'm keeping up with. So I have different columns here that I created for their name, their status, priority, lead source, and as I scroll across, it gets into even company, role, contact info. It's automatically pulling my last interaction with them and how many touches I've had with them, whether they're a referral or not, and how warm they are. So there's a lot here you can do and customize. That's part of why I choose to use Airtable is because as I adjust, as I improve things, I can more easily find uh, or add different elements that make it even easier for myself. So every morning I wake up and I go into my follow-up needed tab and look and see, oh, I've got 2 follow-ups I need to be on top of. I can get into my next steps to get into the details of that. I have to follow up on this proposal, and here are all the details of that. So that's my leads tab. There are different views as well around active pipeline. There's a follow-up calendar. I can see who's stale, who's closed. I can even sort by pipeline by stage for where are they in the process or where did they come from if I want to sort by that. Next up is referrals. So I mentioned that you can view it from here, but I have an actual entire tab for referrals where I can see where did these people come from, who was the referred lead and who referred them to me, and how do I know that partner. I can see what referrals are still open, who do I have commissions promised to that I haven't paid out yet, successful referrals, no outcome logged. If I go into referral partners too, this is huge because now I can see who's actually referring me. So in this demo example, I only have 2 referral partners, but if I have a ton of them, but only a couple of them are actually sending me leads, I want to know that. I want to know who's actually giving me business so that I can nurture that relationship further and spend time on the 20% that's giving me 80% of the results. I can see who are dormant partners, who are missing commission info. I can see my schedule to follow up with each of the partners. So that's that. Companies is more of an accessory tab that kind of helps me keep track of if I have multiple leads or multiple people who are associated with the same company, how do I track that? But let's dive more into, tasks. I might as well touch on this as well. The task side of it will give me insight into what am I doing or what do I have to do? When are they due? What am I actually doing with each one where I can spell that out? One thing I'll even do is I'll frequently just put in the notes exactly what I'm going to send. So all I need to do is copy paste it or edit it as needed. I can sort by due today versus active tasks or overdue. And I want to get more into automations though, because this is where things get really easy. So I've got several automations here. These are just some example ones. A follow-up reminder when stuff is overdue or generally due. I have automatic interaction creation. So what that means is whenever I complete a task, it can create the interaction, log it that I actually completed it, and even make a next follow-up task for what I'm doing next. So that way I'm not having to manually enter everything. I also have a daily digest that I have sent to me in Slack for who do I need to follow up with, who's stale, what partners do I have to talk to, and what activities did I do yesterday. So this is all fully customizable. That's kind of my point with this whole video is you should be building your CRM to serve you. It's not meant to be a database. It's not meant to be just a tool where you store people's information. It's meant to be a tool that makes your day-to-day significantly easier so you're not manually going in, figuring out who do I have to follow up with, banking on your memory. This is to make it easier. And this is not just an Airtable thing. This is an all CRM thing. So on top of that, touching on the interface side of it and really driving home the point of making it easy, I have an interface customized that I created to make my day-to-day easy. So instead of having to go into the spreadsheet or into my different views, I can just open up the interface where if I launch it, I can see these are my follow-ups due today. These are the leads that are cold at this point, my tasks due today, and then I can have this window open throughout the day And as I talk to new people, I can add them as new leads. As I have interactions with people, I can add new interactions. As I have tasks that I have to do that I realize, oh shoot, I need to get this done by next week, I can I can add that from here. For new referral partners, I can have that all added here. So I'm trying to make it as easy as possible and as seamless as possible so they actually use the CRM. That's another thing you'll hear me say a lot is a CRM is only as useful as the people are using it. So too many CRMs are built with the intent of reporting or forecasting without focusing on usability and making sure people actually want to and can use it easily, and it enhances their sales job and makes it so much easier to follow up, market, make life easy. So that's my Airtable. This is just a demo, so obviously the leads aren't real, but it should track your leads, referrals, and automations regardless of what CRM you're using. I recommend different CRMs depending on the firm or depending on what your vertical is, what your sales process is. Airtable is not the best for everyone, but it's flexible, customizable, and honestly one of the easiest and simplest ways to stop losing leads you should be closing. So if you found this useful, subscribe for more teardown videos like this. And if you want help figuring out which CRM is right for your business, DM me on LinkedIn or comment. I'll point you in the right direction. I'll include my LinkedIn link in the description, so feel free to reach out.